Hi, I'm Jesse Torres.
And I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And this is
Two Men in Your Business. On this episode, we talk about
how to create a successful business strategy.
Jesse, businesses create strategies all the time, but many times they don't go anywhere.
That's right. So the habit of too many entrepreneurs is to create a great business strategy. Then once it's finished, put it up on the shelf, and they don't look at it again. You know, and so what ends up happening is, these entrepreneurs wonder, why didn't they hit those goals? Why don't they have the success that they envisioned when they started that process? And so what we need to do is, we as entrepreneurs need to sort of remind ourselves what it takes once we finish that strategy to make sure that we execute on it and that we're successful.
Okay, so to create a successful strategy, we're going to give you 4 tips. Here they are. Number 1.
So number 1 is you need to set clear priorities.
Okay.
Too often we create a strategy, but we've got too many balls in the air. We say we want to do this, 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 and the other.
Right.
What we need to do is we need focus. We can't focus on too many things at once as entrepreneurs. We need to sort of define ourselves. One, maybe a couple objectives, a couple goals, and then below that, what is it that we need to do to create success with that particular goal?
Think of it like a circle. All of your priorities should be there. Anything that does not go around that circle of your priorities,
forget about it.
Leave it alone.
That's right.
Sometimes as entrepreneurs, you are so successful that other people want to come to you and have you part of their project. Again, if it feeds that circle of your priority, then you know to accept it. If it doesn't, again, let it go.
That's right. That's right. And so, and even within the business, maybe what you want to do is you want to have sales of 1.2 million a year, and you want to be able to hire, let's say, 25 new people, and you want to be able to expand to 5 new locations, and on and on and on. You need to be able to sort of focus in on 1, maybe 2 of those, and then determine what do you need to do to hit on that. Everything else kind of you just need to leave alone, because you can't focus on everything all at once. You need to be very targeted, very specific, so you can be successful.
Okay, number 2, collect and analyze data.
That's right. So, you've created your strategy. You've said, hey, I want to have $1.2 million in sales this year.
Yes.
Okay, well, that amounts to about $100,000 a month.
Right.
Okay, so what you need to do is you need to go out and say, okay, am I doing $100,000 a month in sales? And if I am, great. What am I doing that allows me to do that and do more of it? But more importantly, if you're falling short of that, why are you falling short, and what do you need to do to make sure that you hit that number?
I'm glad you're bringing this up, because sometimes you have that number and you're behind. Do you need to put in more marketing?
That's
do you
right.
maybe need to hire another employee? Think ahead and figure out where you're at right now, and then move forward systematically. We sometimes talk about analyzing too much,
right,
and analyzing is paralysis, but that's before you get into a business. Now that
right,
you're in the business and you're going forward, you need this data, because that data will signify whether you're behind or ahead of the curve.
That's right. You need to know how it is that you're doing, and you need to make midstream adjustments to make sure that at the end of the year, when you projected a certain outcome, that you're able to hit that.
Right. Now, number 3, keep in touch with employees.
That's right. So your employees are the ones that are out there. They're talking to the customers. They see what's going on with the competition. They have friends that possibly work for competitors. They know exactly where the industry is going. So what you want to do is you want to know from them, hey, we have this strategy that we rolled out. Is it working? Is it not working? What's working? What can be done better? They are going to be your first line of success. If your employees are giving you feedback, you need to be able to listen to that and make the adjustments necessary so that you can be successful.
Now, there are so many tools online that give you that ability. There's no reason not to be in touch with your employees. And it is important for your employees to see your vision as an entrepreneur. So what are the different ways you could do so? Well, if you're super small, you can go to Skype. Skype allows for you to allow, I think, up to 10, but they recommend 5 users at a time. Again, very small. But if you're beyond that, where are you going to go? There are services like HipChat, which allows for an unlimited amount of users. Actually, it starts off free with just basic instant messaging, even file sharing within a group, so you could keep your team together. Then it's only $2 more if you want to add in video service for each one. Again, there are services like this popping up. There's no reason not to be able to keep in touch with your employees.
That's right. You want to be able to tap their minds, tap what they're seeing, what they're hearing out there. You know, and this is particularly important if you have a distributed business where you might be headquartered in one place, but you have offices throughout the country or even throughout the world. You need to be able to keep in close touch with them, get the feedback from them so that you can make these adjustments in time so that you can meet those goals at the end of the year.
Now, number 4. Evaluate the strategy.
That's right. So you've gone and you've asked your employees what they think about the strategy. What's working, what's not working. Will it even work at all? What you then need to do is you need to bring your top people, your executives, your managers, whoever. If you're a small company, it might be your manager. If it's your larger company, it could be the folks that are responsible for your different locations. You need to bring them together and say, okay, we need to take a look at this strategy that we created and figure out, will this still work? Have there been changes in the industry that make the strategy no longer effective? Have there been changes within the company that make the strategy no longer effective?
And can I just say this, as entrepreneurs and we are go-getters. Sometimes though, we forget to listen to that information because we think, and there are restaurants that have done this. How many times have we seen people that, have a person come in and tell them what they need to do, but because they're so tied to the way they've been doing it, they don't change out of that. They don't move past that. They don't see the new strategy. They don't even see that their strategy is not working because they've been doing it all this time and they're not open to suggestions. So be open to suggestions.
That's right. So Aaron and I on our radio show, we interview hundreds of entrepreneurs, hundreds of CEOs, and one of the common themes with those that eventually fail is their ego. A lot of times their ego is so big that they can't take that feedback. And we've seen it over and over and over again, Aaron, where we've gone back and we've read about failures, or we've seen the companies not do as well as they were doing before. And we say, you know what, I remember that guy, and I remember he had this ego on him that didn't allow him to accept criticism from others, whether it was from the outside or whether it was from within the company. You need, as an entrepreneur, to be able to listen to your people and get that feedback and respond to it.
Pride and ambition are two completely different things, because ambition will allow you to move forward, but pride will hold you back in this situation.
That's right. So, Aaron, then what are 4 things that a company, an entrepreneur, can do to ensure success with that strategy?
Number 1, set clear priorities.
Right. How about number 2?
Collect and analyze data.
3.
Keep in touch with your employees.
And finally,
evaluate your strategy.
That's right. You do those 4 things with your strategy, you are guaranteed to do a lot better than if you ignored all that information. I'm Jesse Torres.
And I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And we are Two Men in Your Business.
We want to hear what you have to say on anything that we've talked about. Comment below. Let us know. Likes or dislikes. Also, if you have a question and you want us to answer it, contact us on Facebook.